Wriggles free of Koscielny. And their shot! Super strike!
The Euros have given us unforgettable moments
of Europe are
and breakout stars. But what happens to those stars who shine bright for just a moment and then fade away? In this video, we'll talk about a player who once won a Golden Boy award but has since disappeared from the scene, and a player who scored a decisive winning goal in a final but vanished from the spotlight. We're going to delve into the fascinating tales of football players who won our hearts before and during the Euros but quickly vanished from the public eye. Let's uncover what happened to these once promising stars. Now, remember him? His name is Michal Kadlec, a player who many Czech football supporters would recognise. During Euro 2012, Kadlec was a noteworthy performer for the Czech Republic. He was an important part of his team's remarkable run to the quarter-finals because of his strong defence and important goals. Kadlec was already well known before Euro 2012 even happened. Before joining Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga, he began his career in the Czech League. There, he made a name for himself as a dependable and skilled defender. Kadlec was a seasoned professional, ready to establish himself internationally by the time Euro 2012 rolled around. His defensive prowess was evident in his high tackle success rate, crucial interceptions to break opponent attacks, and effective clearances to maintain defensive solidity. Kadlec's performance was not just about numbers, it was about his ability to anchor the defence and provide stability at the back, which was vital for the Czech Republic's success in the tournament. But following the competition, events took an unexpected turn. Even with his powerful performances, Kadlec was never able to repeat his level of achievement. His career was marred by form swings and injuries. After moving to Fenerbahce, Turkey, he could not continue his previous level of success. He eventually made his way back to the Czech League, although his results there were never quite as good as they were at Euro 2012. Michal Kadlec's story serves as a reminder of how erratic football can be. You may be thriving one minute and struggling to maintain your relevance the next. And speaking of maintaining relevance, do you remember the youngest player to win a Euro final and the youngest to represent Portugal in a major tournament? That's right, I'm talking about Renato Sanches. Back in Euro 2016, he was a revelation. At 18 years old, he was a dynamo for Portugal and played a massive role in their stunning victory.
as of yet. This is Renato Sanches from Nanning. Renato Sanches! There's a bit of potential.
Yes, Sanches was outstanding. He was this brave midfield player, so confident in his ability to pass, shoot and dribble. Everyone believed Sanches was the next big thing in football once they won the trophy. He even took home the trophy for Young Player of the Tournament and then got his big club move. The major relocation to Bayern Munich followed. It appeared to be the ideal next move in his professional life. Surprisingly though, things didn't go as planned. He had a hard time adjusting to life in the Bundesliga and saw little action, playing only 25 matches across all competitions and didn't record a single goal or assist. Seeing a player with such potential fall short of the expectations was perplexing. You would think it was difficult to watch, but in an attempt to secure more playing time, Sanches was loaned out to Swansea City in the Premier League. However, he was unable to find his form there either. It seemed as though he had lost the charisma and self-assurance that had made him stand out at the Euros. Now, following his time in Swansea, he returned to Bayern before relocating to Lille, France. And you know what? There he began to rediscover his groove. He showed glimmers of the player we all saw at Euro 2016, helping Lille win the Ligue 1 championship.
We are the champions! We are the champions!
His performances also secured him a transfer to PSG, where he was expected to shine once more, and he still didn't meet expectations, which in turn led to a loan move to Roma. Now, the world eagerly watches to see if the former Golden Boy winner, who is now 26 years old, will rise again. Now to our next player. Do you remember this celebration?
Game's finished. Fantastic.
He's showing the world that he can do it and we can do it, and he's not a selfish player.
A Russian player who carried his team for the whole tournament. If you watch Euro 2008, you'll remember how Arshavin lit up matches for Russia. He was electric with his dribbling, vision and knack for scoring crucial goals. He almost single-handedly led Russia to the semi-finals. Yes, Arshavin was outstanding, but he was already known before the 2008 Euros. He was already well known in the Russian Premier League before the Euros, having won the UEFA Cup with Zenit St. Petersburg in 2008. Top European teams rapidly became interested in him after his performances at Euro 2008, which served as the ideal platform for showcasing his abilities. And then, in January 2009, there was the significant transfer to Arsenal in the Premier League. The expectation was genuine, and Arshavin met it right away. Do you recall that spectacular 4-goal performance at Anfield versus Liverpool? It was quintessential Arshavin. But as time passed, things began to deteriorate. Arshavin battled with consistency and fitness concerns despite his early success. His play declined and he was frequently left out of the starting lineup. Seeing such a gifted player step away from the limelight was difficult. It felt like a roller coaster ride for Russian fans, watching a player they once adored gradually fade away, even after he forced his move to the Premier League. Eventually, Arshavin made a permanent return to Zenit after initially joining them on loan. Though he enjoyed a few happy times there, he was never able to fully relive the magic of his youth, just like our next player, who is being remembered for his one moment of magic in a final. Now, remember the goal that won Portugal the UEFA Euro, which made Ronaldo cry? Many of you do, but do you remember who scored the goal? Well, it's this guy. His name is Ederzito António Macedo Lopes, who is known as Eder. He was the hero who scored Portugal's first ever big tournament triumph against France by stepping up in extra time and scoring that incredible goal. It was a great moment. Yes, Eder was at the time Portugal's greatest hero. He wasn't exactly a household name before the Euros. After leaving the Portuguese league to play in the Premier League with Swansea City, he found it difficult to establish himself. But even for a brief while, that one objective altered everything. Now this is where things got crazy, though Eder's career didn't quite take off as planned following that amazing high. You would think that kind of goal in a major final would make him a household name. Regretfully, that was untrue. After his bravery in the Euro 2016 championship game, Eder relocated to Lille, France. Even though he had a few strong performances there, he had trouble maintaining his form and playing time. He was never able to consistently recreate the magic of that one night in Paris. After a while, Eder was loaned to Lokomotiv Moscow, where he managed to win the Russian Premier League and establish some stability. Although he enjoyed a couple of successful seasons there, he never quite lived up to the high expectations following his performance at Euro 2016. Now on to the last, Aymeric Laporte. Yes, I know it's been a long time since you heard that name. You might remember him as one of Manchester City's centre-back, but many remember him as the solid rock in Spain's defence during Euro 2020. It was a bit of a saga over how he ended up playing for Spain, right? Laporte never received a senior cap while playing for France at the younger levels. He became a Spanish national just before Euro 2020, and boy did he make an impression. His poise and defensive prowess were crucial in helping Spain advance to the semi-finals. Laporte participated in every game for Spain during the competition, amassing remarkable figures. He was an absolute beast in the air, winning a ton of tackles and having excellent passing accuracy made him a fantastic fit for Spain's possession-based strategy. But what happened after the Euros? You would think he would ride that success wave, wouldn't you? Not exactly though. Laporte seemed to fade into the background at Manchester City despite his impressive performances. Due to his struggle with injuries, he was often left out of the starting lineup. He faced fierce competition from other elite defenders at City such as Ruben Dias and John Stones in the 2021-2022 campaign. He struggled to get regular game time, which affected his ability to keep up his shape and visibility, which led him to moving to Saudi Arabia club Al Nassr to get game time. This shows that football can't be very unpredictable, because one moment you're a star on the international stage and the next you're fighting for your spot at your club. As Arsene Wenger once pointed out when discussing football's popularity in the 1850s, football can be incredibly unpredictable. Well, let's remember the joy and excitement they brought us during the different Euro tournaments. Their journeys are far from over, and who knows, we might witness their resurgence in the future. So, do you believe someone could make a spectacular comeback and take the world by storm? And who do you think can pull that off? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more football stories and analysis. Until next time, keep enjoying the Euro tournament, and while you do that, if you want to know more on the history of the Euros and some of their past winners, you can watch our first video.